This video will contain spoilers. Final review, Elementary. This isn't a spoiler bit, considering this ended nearly 5 years ago. I'm gonna be honest. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just I find it quite boring. I find myself going on my phone all the time, which I didn't do during The Mentalist or NCIS or anything like that. I watched it with my granda. This was the thing that we watched after Mentalist. From we've been there since 2018. We started with White Collar, and then we moved on to Castle, and we took a break from Castle. Did a bunch of different other things. Watched season 1 of Arrow, seasons 2 and 3 of Prison Break, some episodes of Breaking Bad, and then went back on the Castle. And then Corona happened, and when we started seeing each other again, went back on the Castle. Then we finished Castle. We started Castle in 2019, and we finished it in 2022. After that, we went on to season 7 of Arrow. I watched seasons 2 to 6 under lockdown. And by the time I got the end of season 6, it wasn't lockdown anymore, but I decided not to continue with him because I felt like so much has happened. The last time he saw it was just a show about a guy with a bow and arrow, and now it's all the Flash and Supergirl and stuff, and not even just crossovers, Black Canary and stuff. But then I decided to do it with season 7 because I thought Ray's in prison be sort of like a refresh, and he didn't even really notice Black Canary. I remember there was one time where she used her powers, the scream or the cry, to save someone from a scaffolding falling on them, and he laughed at it. And it wasn't like a the fuck is that? It was, or this is stupid. I don't know. Anyway, didn't do season 8 of Arrow because that was all about Crisis and stuff. And I didn't think he would enjoy it. Then did season 1 of Major Crimes. Did a bit of Criminal Minds. And then NCIS dropped on Disney in September 2022, and I watched that from all of year 5. We finished it in June, and then did a rewatch of 24. Finished that in November. Watched all of The Mentalist in November. Then watched The Elementary from November to now. I don't know why it took so long, because it wasn't like anything had changed. When we were watching Elementary, it was roughly 12 to 6, Monday to Friday. So we were knocking out a season and a bit a week. And Elementary and Mentalist have similar amount of episodes. I understand that because I was coming into The Mentalist nearly at the end of season 2, whereas with this we watched it start to finish. I get that that's another 50 episodes, but I don't think it would take 2 months. I don't get it. Anyway, he's not usually a fan of Sherlock Holmes, but he did really like this because it's just your standard American procedural, only they have Sherlock Holmes in it. As a massive fan of Sherlock, I feel like Jonny Lee Miller's performance is great, although it does seem quite stupid at times. Like it's surprising that McGranahan liked it because like the entire thing is just he does weird shit. Uh, um, something I've noticed, something that I noticed, like it's obvious that everyone keeps on calling him. Like they they talk about him like he's Brad Pitt in terms of looks. Like I don't think Johnny Lee Miller is ugly, but just sometimes he can seem a bit like a monkey with his like facial expressions and shit. In terms of the gender swapping, I didn't have a problem with it. Like Watson, Lucy Liu is great at it. Moriarty left a little to be desired, considering she was only in like 4 episodes out of 154, and that was weird. Like I thought they wouldn't bring her in until at least season 3, but I guess they figured, you know what, there's a chance we might not even make it to season 2. We might as well do everything we can in season 1. So like they have uh what's his name? Vinnie Jones as like a trick Moriarty, someone you think is Moriarty. Like halfway through season 1 and then towards the end of season 1, they like go to this house and it's like, oh, it's Irene Adler. I didn't have a problem with the fact that they faked out Irene Adler. Like it turns out Irene is Moriarty. There's nothing wrong with that. Natalie Dormer did a great performance as both Moriarty and Adler. No problems there, although there just wasn't enough. Like you had the last 3 episodes of season 1, and then an episode of season 2, and that was it. They did teaser sometimes in like season 4 when his dad comes in and tries to dismantle her organization. I didn't have a problem with her not appearing then, but the way that season 7 worked was that they had the Reichenbach fall. The fall itself sucked, but everything else about it was fine, except for the fact that they did sort of what like Supernatural did, where really it ended on the second last episode. Like they have no way of catching Reichenbach. I'm just going to call him Odin for now. So Sherlock gets really desperate and does like this whole thing where he meets Odin on a bridge and points a gun at him, and then it cuts to like Watson's perspective where it looks like just all they see is shots, and they go over and Odin had shot Sherlock. Sherlock fell off the bridge. This sort of like frame. I mean, technically it's not framing, but I'm just going to call it framing. Framing Odin for Sherlock's murder, and then in the last episode, like a guy that tried to do the whole finale thing, like they lived happily ever after and all that. But that once again they teased Moriarty, but it just didn't happen. It was like Watson gets a sort of like a present from Moriarty intended for Sherlock. I was like, oh, Moriarty's alive. We thought she died years ago. And then it turned out it wasn't even Moriarty. It was actually a guy hoping to recruit Sherlock into the NSA. As for the other characters from the books, Mycroft. I mean, I don't like Rhys Ifans. I have no problem with him, but the mustache has to go. Also, the fact that they treat him like he's Brad Pitt as well. With the mustache. Like, who the fuck wants to have sex with someone with something like that? Uh, Lestrade, Sean Pertwee was pretty good. He did actually remind me of fucking Rupert Graves, I think the guy's name is, or Rupert Everett, and the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock. Although just the fact that they make him out to be like a just clueless idiot who just takes all the credit. Like, I mean, it's not wrong, but it just pisses me off. Especially since Sherlock didn't want any of the credit in the first place. Anyway, I think that's everything. Everyone, right? Hudson, and right. So the gender swapped Watson, no problem. The gender swapped Moriarty, no problem. They made Hudson a trans woman. Just it reminds me of the time in media studies where we were briefly taught about this person who was born female, transitioned into being male, but is a drag queen. I don't want to be like it's like I don't want to be a woman. I want to be a man pretending to be a woman. Why not just be a woman? Anyway, I think that's it for how they did all the characters. I feel like they did the seasons quite well. Like, one is just them getting started. Two is Watson sort of leaving her old life behind. Season 3, they brought in Kitty, even though she only lasted just over half a season. But her presence was felt. Season 4, they brought his dad in. Season 5 was Shinwell. Season 6 wasn't much of a difference there, other than they had Desmond Harrington's character, who he was really good playing that serial killer. Even though I don't like how they end his story, it still was amazing. And then season 7 was just, I feel like the entire thing was like, we didn't do the Reichenbach fall. We got to do that. Don't get me wrong. I think season 7 was alright. It just wasn't necessary. Like, they could have ended it on season 6 and it would have been amazing. Not that season 7's presence has put the quality down or anything like that. So, I thought, like, my granddad doesn't like Sherlock Holmes, but he liked this. Maybe he like the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock Holmes. No. It just wasn't enough blood and guts. So, tomorrow I'll be putting on an Apple TV Plus original that only lasted 8 episodes. So review coming soon. If he likes it, final review coming soon. If he doesn't, I'll be going on the Hawaii 5-0. I won't be finishing it though because they don't have every season. Like I've seen the first 2 seasons. I've seen season 5. I've seen the first 3 episodes of season 6, and I've seen the last 2 seasons. Like, and Paramount has seasons 6 to 10, so I'm missing out on 3 and 4. So no FR for that right now. Then after that, there's just a bunch of other CBS procedurals that I'll be going for, like Blue Bloods, NCIS LA, If they have Magnum, there's another FR coming soon, if he likes it. Actually, there won't be an FR for Magnum because, I mean, I've only seen half of season 5, but I doubt they're going to add anything to the last 10 episodes that will change what I had to say in my original FR. One more thing. In the first 2 episodes, there was this leitmotif, I believe the term is, like this recurring theme in it with these violins, and it was amazing. But they only used it for 2 episodes, and then they brought it back at the end of the last episode. That pissed me off because it was an amazing theme song. Also, another thing, I don't get why they used an intro when I think they actually used just the standard title card more than the intro. Like, if you're gonna do that, what the fuck was the point in even creating the intro in the first place? Also, anytime my grandma saw that, I was like, oh, I wonder if they're gonna shoot this mouse. No, they didn't. I don't know if he's joking or not. Poor things, universally positive ratings. I watched it in cinema. Emma Stone, Mark Ruffalo, Margaret Qualley, Willem Dafoe. Excuse my throat that came from. I saw the trailer for this when it came out, and I thought it didn't interest me. But then I had read or heard that it had some salt burning moments, as in, like, really offensive, and I heard that it was actually more. Excuse my throat again. I just said that. It had more offensive moments, and the moments were more offensive, and there was more of them. Most of the film is just Emma Stone having sex. Like, actually, I'll get to that later. After I heard that, I looked at the trailer again. I thought, right, this just seems like a sort of Frankenstein thing. Yeah, I'll give it a go. Watch it with Ginger. And like I'm just gonna go through like a brief rundown of the plot. Pregnant woman kills herself. Willem Dafoe, like Emma Stone, I'm talking about. Willem Dafoe takes her. Baby is still alive, so he takes the baby out, takes the baby's brain out, and puts it in Emma Stone, like brain swapping. So the baby sort of lives on in Emma Stone's body. And it's just a child. Keep that in mind if you haven't guessed already. Willem Dafoe goes to this guy, Rami Youssef, for help. I honestly thought it was Michael Sheen, but then I was like, wait, this guy's supposed to be a college student. It's not gonna be Michael Sheen, considering he's 55. Goes down for help, just sort of like take notes and stuff like that. And then Willem Dafoe's like, so I've seemed to have noticed that you've got feelings for her. Yeah, I kind of do. You should marry her. Yeah, well. Proposes to her. The same night that he proposes to her, Mark Ruffalo comes and is like, "Oh, I'll take you out on an adventure." And the adventure was basically just they went to somewhere I don't remember. We're just gonna say Greece for now. Go to Greece, have lots of sex. In fact, so much sex that Mark Ruffalo actually tires of the sex, kidnaps her, puts her on a boat. They have a bit more sex. She meets these 2 people who, like, they talk to her for a bit, and all of a sudden she's no longer a child. She's become an adult, like, intellectually. She went from Bella, like, smash plate to talking about, like, philosophy. And I didn't even notice it until they pointed it out at the end of the film. Mark Ruffalo hates it because no sex, so he goes to the casino, loses a lot, then wins a lot. Comes back to his room with all the money, just sort of spreads it out, passes out. She comes back in. Oh, and one of the philosophy guys, like, takes her to a place and is like, see all these people down there? They're poor. Like, oh, I gotta help them. No, you can't help them. So she takes all Mark Ruffalo's money, gives it to a couple of people who work at the, like, ship. They're like, can you give these money to the poor people? Yeah, we promise. And now Mark Ruffalo can't pay for anything, so they throw him off in Paris. They're starving for a bit. She goes to a woman looking to stay at a hotel for a night, and just, like, basically just makes Bella a prostitute. So, a lot more sex. Eventually, she hears that Willem Dafoe is dying. So she comes back, marries Ramy Youssef, or is about to, before her husband comes back in. Like, Bella's mum's husband. She goes with him. He's very manipulative. So she gets out. And I should mention that Willem Dafoe creates lots of, like, Frankenstein-y type stuff. Like, he makes, like, hybrids. He made, like, a duck that barks and stuff like that. So Bella's dad, she swaps his brain with the brain of a goat and in the film. Now, that's a very bad rundown, but that is a very simplified rundown. As bad as my description of it sounds, it is, like, I do love it. Like, it was very funny. Even though there were bits at times where it did seem like they were trying to put out a political message. Like, I don't know. The things that I don't like were made by weird people. And the people who made the film support these things, so therefore weird people are better than normal people. Like socialism and stuff like that. I'm not saying that it is like a pro-socialism film or a prostitution film. It just seemed like it at times. So, I've said that there's, some reviews coming soon. On top of that, there's a film review coming soon, a cinema review coming soon. Actually, 2 cinema reviews coming soon. I need to finish season 3 of Sword Art Online because it's being removed from Netflix soon. And there's also another show being removed in less than a month that I have 71 episodes to catch up on. So, if I get that done on time, FR coming soon.